right now flying the CH-146 from 400 Squadron in Borden, Ontario, the first place of the Canadian Air Force, Captain Bill Fielding from Niagara Falls, Captain Steve Seabrook of Athens, Ontario, and Corporal Mike Zibert of Greenwood, Nova Scotia. No matter where their duties take them, the men and women of the Canadian Forces know they can rely on the CH-146 Griffon helicopter to get them there and back safely. From rescuing civilians in the high Arctic to airlifting supplies in Kosovo, Canada's utility transport tactical helicopter has served faithfully. Watch now is Bill Fielding with some help from Steve Seabrook in the cockpit. Move this 12,000 pounds of flying machine gracefully across the sky with the rotating wings above. The vehicles moving underneath them are taking up positions as part of our combined forces, and a little bit later the CF-18 demonstration, preparing the arrestor hook the cable here in just a few moments. So they'll take up position. Well, Bill actually backs this flying machine up. The rotating wings on top, 4 of them, keep the helicopter in the sky, but also want to twist it the opposite way, the body. That's why the little propellers on the back. The rotor keeping it flying straight, but flying backwards is not easy. There's no rear view mirrors. Consistently keeping altitude without the help of the flight management system. This is training, this is skill. And pirouetting around. Transitional flight can be pretty tricky in helicopters as those rotating wings beat the air into oblivion. They beat it down toward the ground at about 60, sometimes 75 miles an hour or more, which means that should the pilot in transitional flight get into his own downwash, the helicopter gets pushed to the ground. So very carefully, and in the tactical roll, the helicopter is performing very low to the ground. Our crew today, Bill Fielding and Steve Seabrook, demonstrating their skill and training in the tactical role of the CH-146 helicopter. In service in Canada since 1995, used at home and abroad for search and rescue, surveillance, reconnaissance, casualty evacuation, counter-drug operations, and for getting rid of the bad guys should they get on the wrong side of the fence, like those 3 to the right now. Impressive to lift that much weight into the sky that fast with a maximum speed of 260 kilometers per hour. The Pratt & Whitney's on board this twin-engine CH-146 utility transport tactical helicopter. It's quite a platform and easily transcending back down to the ground. Again, not just dropping down as you might think, because again of getting caught in the downwash, but spiraling down fast and effectively, the Griffon helicopter. And now, pirouetting, gracefully, spinning the helicopter round and round. The helicopter pilots have both hands busy, control stick in one hand, cyclic, and the throttle in the other hand, and both feet on the rudder pedals. And right now, Bill is using all of those controls to maintain his altitude and pirouette all the way down the shoreline. Incredible skill. Give him a wave. He can't hear your appreciation, but Bill is working very hard in that cockpit right now. In fact, the gentleman that was the air boss at this event for a few years, Lyle Holbrook, also a Griffon helicopter pilot with 400 Squadron. That squadron is flying in Afghanistan now, and that is where Lyle is, or he'd be with us this weekend. So for those from 400 Squadron and those serving in our forces, again, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for them and thank them for their service. This aircraft can carry up to 13 people with 2 pilots, a flight engineer, and 10 passengers. Maximum gross weight of nearly 5,400 kilograms. Part of its heft comes from the armor that lines both the floor and the crew seats, but despite its weight, the Griffon can reach speeds again of up to 260 kilometers per hour. And you can see how quickly it can climb, and how quickly it can get back down close to the ground with the support of the military personnel below. One of 85 Griffons in service. The CH-146, the 400 Squadron, Borden. I bring your attention to these despicable types on the wrong side of the fence to our right. Cocky, aren't they? What do you say we call in some action? But first, a message from the Prime Minister of Canada.
Events like this, public expressions of support for our troops and their families have flourished across Canada in recent years. In fact, public